Hello out there, this is Jeff Queen at the Evans Factory, and I'm going to cover some tips on how to get faster at different rudiments. Okay? Before we really tackle this subject, it's important to realize what it takes to get faster. Okay? I'm going to do a couple little different exercises and then show you how to apply one specific exercise to a lot of different rudiments. Okay? What does it take to get faster? Well, you have to know where you are in terms of tempo and what you're trying to achieve and where you want to go. So it's really important to get a mental picture of what you're trying to do. So I would suggest singing, right? So if you want to get faster at paradiddles, how fast can you sing paradiddles? Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Okay, maybe. It's tough to articulate that, but what if you just said the first syllable? Pair, 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 pair. Then maybe move your hands along to it. Pair, 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 pair. So you at least have some sort of idea of what that is. And I would recommend sort of clocking that tempo to really give yourself a concrete idea. So you clock that, let's say it's eighth notes at 200. But then you know via a metronome exactly how fast you need to go. So you have an idea of where you are. Let's say you're like at 130 right now. You know you want to get to 200. So you know you have this much distance to travel. It's basically giving you a mental roadmap of where you want to go. So a very solid, very concrete idea of I'm here and I need to get to here. That's really step one. And step two is starting to realize what moves quickly. Okay, so really being able to isolate your fingers because that's the muscles that move the fastest. So a simple thing to do is just some finger isolation things. Okay, so what we're going to do in the left hand is isolate our thumb, index, and middle finger. So just simple things like this. Okay, and that's just a great way to start to understand how your fingers move. Okay, and then in the right hand, very similar. We're just going to do fulcrum, middle, ring, and pinky. Okay, and once you start to have an idea of how those move, then you can start to apply that to different rudiments and so forth. Okay, so just a really important note that the fingers are what's going to help you move a lot faster at times. Okay, so here's a great exercise to apply to, let's say, paradiddles. Okay, and what this concept is really one at a time. So short bursts of speed. You really want to learn what it feels like to play something as quick as you can once. Okay, so it's again like a quick little sort of eke it out, if you will. So I'm going to try to play one paradiddle as fast as I possibly can. And then off the left. Okay, it's important to note that I'm not really worried about how it sounds right now because I'm trying to get faster. Certainly quality does matter, but not in this stage. Okay, we'll start to add that later as you get more comfortable. So I'm going to teach you an exercise that's out of my book, The Next Level. And it's basically a 4-2-1 type of exercise. So it's basically a large chunk that we then cut in half, that we then cut in half, basically. So it's going to be 4 paradiddles on the downbeat, 4 paradiddles on the upbeat, and I'm going to play that one measure of each, and then it's going to cut that in half, so it'll be 2 and 2 twice, and then 1 and 1 4 times, and then just a bunch of paradiddles. So I'm going to play it kind of slow for you, right about here. So it's going to be a 30-second of paradiddle. So digga-digga-da, digga-digga-da, ready, and... So now I'm going to play that literally as fast as I possibly can. Okay? A couple things to note. I'm not worried about how it sounds. Whatever I've done to this point has allowed me to sound as good as I can at whatever tempo I'm at. Okay? So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm also not going to worry about my technique too much. In fact, I'm going to try to do different things so I can start to understand ways to get outside of my current comfort zone. Okay? And I may find that some of those work, I may find that they don't, but that's really not the point. The point is to just really go and try to make it as fast as I possibly can. And I'll go, okay, what was I doing there? Oh, I did a little woogity thing here. Okay, cool. Let's maybe see what that is. Does that make sense to continue to do? So on and so forth. So this is really kind of a almost a free thinking sort of zone, but really just go for it is the bottom line. So here it is, as fast as I possibly can play that. So just try to play it really quick, Okay, and did it sound good? Well, there was a couple that maybe sounded okay, but when I really got going there at the end, it was a little questionable with the quality. Okay, but that's again not what my focus was. My focus was to play it as fast as possible. So you can certainly apply that exercise to anything. You can learn to play short little bursts of singles, that type of thing. Rolls, like that. Phlegm accents. And anything you could sort of throw into that little exercise to start to work, again, short bursts of speed. And that's probably one of the best ways that I've learned to play my rudiments a little bit faster.